everybody, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Proline. I'm Dave Token, Jim Spice is here. We'll talk about a couple of things today and take a look at the Tuesday night schedule and see if we can line up a couple of winners for you. I intend to do that. I've got a 2-for-1 tonight. I've got two games I like in college basketball. And those two games I'm playing in college basketball, and you'll get them both for the price of one at JimSpice.com. So, I think one's of the SEC and the other one's a dynamite dog. I've got to call it that. And I think this is an excellent chance to go 2-0. Here's a real small profit yesterday overall. Jim, I think you did a little better than I did. You had a very good night.
Well, I did. I've been rather out of sync, working hard at it, but the ball hasn't bounced well. But yesterday it did well. And today I'm coming back with another big play, and I'm pretty confident in this one as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put myself back in contention and run off a streak. I'm looking to run off 7 or 8 out of 10 days, 1 or 2 plays a day. And then the tournaments are going to start, they're starting actually. We've got some small tournaments going on, but there's a bigger one starting tomorrow. So we'll get a little bit more aggressive, but we'll pick our spots as well. So we're not going to be giving out 5 or 6 plays a day, but 1 or 2 that really fit my criteria, and I'm really optimistic about that. So JimFeist.com, VegasSportsMasters.com. Get all of our plays there.
Yeah, and I need to correct myself. I said I had a small profit with them. That was incorrect. I had a small loss. I went 2-2, but the baseball play, the one baseball play, which won, was only a half unit, so it's actually a small loss today. Got to make sure I get that right. Today, we've got NBA, college basketball, NHL. You mentioned the Big Ten gets underway tomorrow, the first of the major college basketball conference tournaments. And one thing to look for in these tournaments, and I'm not saying it's blind play it, but it's generally better in the early rounds to at least first take a look at teams that are just trying to keep their season alive. They don't have any hopes in the tournament. They're trying to keep their season alive, playing against teams that are locked into the NCAA tournament already. First half, in a lot of those situations, pretty good play from the underdogs. They come out there, guns blazing, emptying the tank in the first half. Their talent isn't good enough for them to stay in for 40 minutes. But for 20, you can often sneak away with a win on a team that's got a little more motivation. So that's I'm not saying go ahead and blind play it, but Illinois, for instance, might be a team to take a look at in the first half of their first game because, they don't want their season to end.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Well, Dave, the big dance, the NC2A, where the 68 teams that play, the couple that play themselves in and the rest of them. But there's also 3 other tournaments, and some of these schools, and it's pretty hard, sometimes very difficult to know which schools actually want to go to those and which don't. But you have the NIT, the CIT, and the CBI, which extend their season if they should get invited and should accept. And it takes a little bit of work to know if these kids really want to go do that. Some do, some don't. And surprisingly, it's surprising to say that they wouldn't, because these kids like playing basketball and they like competing, but there are some schools and the group of the kids on their teams that just say, hell, we don't want to do it anymore, and they sort of want to quit, and of course they're great bet against teams if the schools force them to go.
Yeah, the CBI and the CIT is a joke. You have to pay to participate. They have losing teams in those tournaments last year. The NIT is still a pretty good event, and a good stepping stone event for the next season. I think teams are more liable to enjoy being in that if they didn't make the NCAA. Unless the NCAA was the goal and they fell short. It varies from school to school.
Yeah,
you get
you talk about these schools that, some of the teams, not many, because they don't get the premier athletes on some of these small schools or losing squads, but occasionally you do get somebody that can go to the next level, and those kids don't mind showing their talent a little bit more, getting out on the court and doing a little bit more to show that they're capable, and the NFL, or the not NFL, NBA should take a shot at them.
Yeah, and that's why one of the things to check out, especially for the smaller tournaments, is to get those beat reports, check the newspapers that cover these teams closely, and read the beat reports. You'll often get maybe a good indication as to whether they're excited to be there or not.
That's right. We got some games tonight that, do you see anything really meaningful going on tonight where teams are in a need situation or don't give a damn situation tonight?
Well, I'm on one game where the team absolutely needs to win, and I'm on the other side. Because needs to win doesn't mean they're going to win.
Well, that's true. That is very true. Have line moves tonight. I've seen a pretty good line move on San Diego State, opened 2.5. It's up to 4. That's interesting. The San Diego State did lose a player earlier in the year, but they fought back into contention a little bit to move forward. Boise, of course, has played very well, but there is pretty good money on San Diego State at this time.
Yeah, I think that's probably the game. The game is bigger than Boise than it is San Diego State, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean you're going to win. Yeah.
And like you said, the money's going the opposite way. So
yeah.
Then you got teams like Davidson and Bonaventure who've had good years. Bonaventure, I believe, I may be wrong about this, but I believe they're undefeated at home in conference play. North Carolina plays Miami of Florida. It looks like, in my opinion, North Carolina, and here's something I could be, what I read about these teams, it looks like North Carolina is going to try to pick up the pace a little bit more. They're actually practicing with a 15-second clock. They did that early in the year to try to speed up their tempo and still look for quality shots, but within a shorter period of time. And they've gotten away from it, but it looks like they're going to go back to that in a practice mode to try to do that very same thing. And Miami of Florida has fallen off and into hard times lately. There's quite a bit of stuff going on out there tonight. The season isn't over. Some of these kids, maybe they might think that because they know they're going. They're all going. Most of them are going to the conference tournaments at least. So there are some interesting situations. It takes a lot of digging. Believe me, all that information just doesn't come in your mailbox in the morning. You have to really dig to get it. But there's some interesting stuff. And like I said, I have a real good play tonight that I've posted. I might end up with more than one. But, Dave, I know you have 2 of them, and you've been doing very well lately. The last couple months, actually, not weeks, months. You've been
pretty good.
You've been profitable. Yeah.
It's been good, and I think I've got 2 winners tonight. And again, get those for the price of 1 by going to the website right now, justfights.com, and hopefully we'll get to 2 more winners tonight in college basketball.
All right, Dave, thank you, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Sounds good, Tim.
Bye-bye.